Walk in his ways, impact voice. Walk in his ways, impact voice. Walk in his ways, impact. Walk in his ways. Tune in to get your mind right.
Good evening to everybody. Welcome to another edition of Walking This Way's Impact Voice Podcast. I'm your host, Ferman Jackson Jr., broadcasting once again here from the DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. Hope everybody's hope everybody had a great productive day, a great Tuesday, of course. Today is already November 15, 2022. We know that this year is gone. We know that time moves on. We know time is progressing, and we know time is going to roll with or without us like life. Life is going to go on with or without us. So it's always keeping up and moving forward into the things that we want to get into. Get with the things that we set out to do. Get with the things that we set out to destine to become, and not just live a mediocre life, but live a life of determination, a life of focus, a life to be driven, a life to take risks, a life to say, I made it, a life that can be extraordinary, a life that can leave your legacy, a life that can influence others, uplift others, challenge others in a great way. Not to just waste time. And that word time has been resonating with me as of late. The time we put in, the energy, the focus that we put in to either we gonna value the time or we just gonna waste time. And that's something we can never get back. Before I got on the air tonight, I was just thinking about that, how we can always replace money. We can always replace a house. We can always replace clothes. We can always replace jobs. We can always replace food. We can always replace anything but time. And time is something that we can never get back if we waste it. You got to ask yourself, what am I putting my time into? Is I'm wasting my time or is I'm investing my time? Wasting my time is having meaningless conversations. Wasting my time is being around meaningless people. Wasting my time is me not being meaningless, just here on earth, not living, but just existing. Get out of that get by mentality. Just say it is what it is. I'm just getting by. But to have an extraordinary life, having a life that's more abundantly. You know, the Bible says that Christ said, I came that you might have life and have life more abundantly. And that's what we gain into. That's what we should aim into. We should always aim for something great. We should always aim for something greater. We should always be determined. We should always stay focused. And remember, distractions gonna come, though, but we don't allow those distractions to deteriorate from the life that we set on, the path that we set. And that's what we want to do. We just always want to just stay focused. It's just always just staying focused on things, staying focused on your goals, setting your goals, being disciplined, having a vision for your life, have your life structured the way you want to have it structured, you know, and just always involving. As people, we constantly evolve every day. We're supposed to evolve. Some people stop evolving at a certain age, but we should always want to evolve. We should always want to grow. We should always want to educate ourselves. We should always want to learn. And that's something I did today. And it was just something on my heart today, just dealing with leadership. And when I was out today was my annual Treat a King Day. Treat a King Day is something I started when I moved here to DFW. A day where I just pamper myself. A day was like, you know, getting feet did, things of that nature. Just celebrating me, celebrating Ferman. You should always celebrate you. And that's a tradition I started when I moved here. So when I got off work this morning, course, I do work the midnight shift, but when I got off work this morning, I said, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself today. It's gonna be a treat a king day. So I went, got my feet did, took myself out to breakfast, took myself out to lunch, bought myself a gift, bought myself another book dealing on leadership. Because I'm just all about being better. I'm always about being on the top of my game, always on the top of mastering myself. You know, I seen this quote online. It says, a king always learn how to master himself first. If I can't master myself, I can't master anything else. So I have to train myself. I have to be more disciplined within myself. But I really enjoy my day. It was a day I celebrated myself. This was a day that I gave myself a pat on the back. This is a day to say, hey, Ferman, you made it. You earned it. But I won't say that I made it. I would say that I'm striving each and every day, because the new Ferman, I won't meet the new Ferman to tomorrow, because I have not met the new me yet. Today was a different day. Tomorrow gonna be a different day. This is just me. Everybody do things different. Some people stay the same, but it's constantly moving to another direction. It's all about, man, just shifting your mindset. Get this under control. You know, it's not about the outer appearance. You can buy all the nicest clothes you want. You could drive the baddest car around. You could live in the most luxury neighborhood. But if this has not changed, it's just in vain. It's just really in vain. And the Bible tells us that we can deceive ourselves. So if you just deceive, and we all been, I know I've been a victim of that, deceiving self. You think we got it together, we don't got it together. We're striving. Some people just be in denial. But if you ever go to the AAA meetings, the AA meetings, they always teach you to admit that you have a problem. And we always have to admit we have a problem. Even Peter told Jesus, I'm a sinner. I mean, he admit that what he was, that was just a behavior, but that's not determine who the man is. We all had behaviors that we allowed to control us. We always had behaviors that set us back. We always had those behaviors that distracted us from the landmark. And you should always want to be you. You should always want to be a better you. You should always want to structure your life. You know, you should always want to take control of your life. If not, you allow circumstances, you allow different things to control your life. Or you want to be a slave to other people's opinions. You have to get to the point where I don't give a bleep by what people may think of me or how they may portray me, but it's all about knowing who you are. It's all about knowing who I am. You know, I learned something. You get from the I do into the I am. You have to establish who you are as an individual. You have to put your laws together. You have to put your core values together. You have to structure your life how you want your life to be. You speak things over yourself. And we spoke all types of stuff about ourselves. A lot of times we speak positive of ourselves. A lot of times we speak negative of ourselves. But what determines the things that we think about the most? You used to hear people say, idle mind is a devil's workshop. And if you idle, you allow all types of stuff to get into your head. But if you're being productive, and I remember I used to say busy. Somebody always told me you don't ever say busy, you say productive. So it's all about having a productive life, staying focused, being on top of your A game. And that's what it's all about. You want to be on top of your A game. You want to be about your business. You always want to put in the work. You always want to grind. You always want to put your hustle in. And Break away from people who do not want to win. Break away from people who don't give a damn about their own life. You give a damn about your life. Don't worry about what people think or what they say or what they do. You be about your business. Challenge your time. Value your time. I can't waste my time no more. Time is important to me. Integrity is important to me. Be a man or woman of your word. Don't put words out there if you don't live up to them. That shows you that you're a liar. Even Paul, not Paul, but even David said, a liar would not tear in my eyesight. That's the mentality we need to have, ladies and gentlemen. Do not allow people to lie to you. Don't allow people to play you. Don't allow people to manipulate you, because that stuff will come back on you. Karma will come back on you. I'm going to let you know that. Karma is real, and it will come back on you. But I'm telling you tonight, a lot of y'all didn't have integrity about yourselves. A lot of y'all do not have integrity. Y'all lack integrity bad. And you wonder why you never made it to the next level yet. You wonder why you're still at level 1, because you have to check your character. Character is important. Even Martin Luther King says that we should not judge man by the content of their skin, but it's about their character. Character comes into play now. What is your character? What do people say about your character? The Bible says a good name is better than riches. A good name is favorite is a good name. Having a good name will take you a long way in life. What do people say about you when you're not in when you're not in their presence? Yeah, a lot of people say a lot of good things about you in your presence, but when you leave their presence, what are they really saying about you? How do they perceive you? You know, it's now time to learn how to be honest. And it's something I thought about the other day. Communication is important. I'm like this. Always communicate with me. Let me know what's going on. Never leave people in the blind. Don't do that to people. If you leave people in the blind, I'm telling you, stuff gonna come back on you. And you ain't gonna like it. So be a man and woman of your word. Have integrity. Move into action. You know, well, we got to move into action. You have to move into action. You have to always be better you. Always be better you. You know, we get excited. Yeah, we get excited. We get so emotional. We get so excited. But then we go right back to our reality. We go back to that same state of mind. We go back to that why me? We go back to that poor me. We go back to that defeated me. But get on our A game. Make up in your mind that I'm going to win. Make up in your mind that I'm going to succeed. Make up in your mind that I'm going to conquer. Make up in your mind that I'm going to correct the wrongs and make the right in my life. And I'm going to be fair to people. I'm not going to manipulate people. I'm not going to trick people. I'm not going to lie to people or play games with people, knowing that stuff will come back on you. Do not lie to yourself. Do not play games with yourself. And we all done that. And a lot of us still doing that. But it's all about being, you hear people say, be a better version of yourself. You hear people always talking about reinventing themselves. I heard something very powerful a while back. How can you reinvent yourself when you have not learned yourself? A lot of us, we don't even know who we are. We just know our name, but we don't know who we are. Because we never took the time out to learn who we are, because we want to try to please people. We want to try to chase people. We want to try to get into relationships instead of learning who we are as an individual. It was God that said it was not good for man to be alone. Adam was occupied in the garden. Adam was working. He was in his just duties. It was the Most High God said it was not good for a man to be alone. I will make a suitable helper. But we look at today. We uplift other people. We uplift everything else. But we never uplift ourselves. And that's a problem. That's a big problem when we uplift everybody else around us, but we don't uplift ourselves. There's something wrong with that picture. You have to learn how to fall in love with yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You have to learn how to value yourself, love yourself. Don't put people on a pedestal. Stop making everybody a God in your life. See, the ones you make a God in your life, they're the ones who disappoint you in the long run. We put them up here, you put yourself down here. You have to learn how to love yourself, value yourself. I'm gonna tell you this: it's time to be selfish, and I'm saying that it may sound cruel. It's time to start being selfish. Stop saying, you start saying no to some people. You need to start cutting some people off. And when you start cutting some people off, they're gonna be pissed off, but who gives a damn? They're gonna be pissed off because you gotta realize this is your life. You're building your kingdom. You're building your empire. Everybody cannot go with you. You know what? And that took me a long time to understand that. I can't take everybody with me because everybody's not meant to go along their journey.
Yeah.
I had people come and I had people go. People be here for
It's a harsh reality. Let's talk about the people going part, Ferman. A lot of people like we always be like, cut people off, and a lot of these people be people that's close to us, people that might be your family, you might be a close friend. So let's talk about how we feel after releasing these people. I know for me, when I had to release these people, I didn't release a lot of people because I noticed that I was bonding with people through trauma. Yeah, y'all. I was bonding with people through my trauma bonds, my trauma self. I was going through a lot. So when you're going through a lot, you tend to attract people that are going through the same things or worse than you. So you have to keep in mind people that you're attracting because of the things that you're going through. Now, this person was probably just in your life for a season, which is okay. But it's learning that to like relationships, even with friendships, all relationships can come to an end. And it's sometimes you have to mourn those relationships. Because I found myself, even these people, I know these people was toxic for me. I know they wasn't good for me. I still will find myself missing these people. I would still find myself wanting to be associated with these people still because of my trauma self, not really because of the person that I'm trying to become or where I'm trying to go, but it's because a part of me and my trauma self still long for the sympathy or the empathetic, type of bond that we had going on right there. So we have to be mindful of the people that we attract into our lives and the situations that we in. And then once we are clear through that season and it's ran its course, it's okay to drop those people off. Yeah. It might hurt. It might be painful, but it's still okay. Because I find myself sometimes even missing these people. And it's okay to miss them too. But that don't mean I'm gonna go back to being friendly with them. We can't really hang out like we used to because that's just not the space that I'm in anymore. And it's like no harm, no foul, but when we have to respect each other's growth, because I know that the person that I was friends with, they didn't like that I stopped being friends with them, but they had to respect my growth, and I had to respect their growth where they at. I can't make them grow no faster. I can't make them do nothing that they don't want to do. I can't be like, come with me. I would love it. Like when I first started my wellness journey, I would try to get every single person that I could possibly get to join the wellness journey. Come to kickboxing class. Come do this. Come do that. And guess what I stopped doing, y'all? I stopped sending invitations. I stopped even asking people, do they want to come with me? Why? Because if you want to come, guess what? You'll make the effort to be with me. I feel like that with relationships, that with friendships, that with any kind of ship that's supposed to go somewhere. I feel like a ship supposed to take you somewhere. So even if you're my friend and we in a friendship, our friendship supposed to grow. Our friendship supposed to take us somewhere, and we really rely on our friend circles more than our relationship circles. So we had to be careful, y'all. I think we had an episode about with Mr. U when he was talking about people that you surround yourself with is very, very vital to your growth process. It really determines a lot about you as well. From the people that you hang around, person can tell a lot about you from the people that you even hang with. So yeah, it's so very true, y'all. Y'all be so surprised how when you growing up, what your mama tell you, well, you can't hang around so and so because she got a bad reputation, and then they're gonna start thinking that birds of a feather flock together. Because that's what my mom used to tell me: birds of a feather flock together. You can't be an eagle. She said you can't be an eagle if you flying with the buzzards. So it don't work. It don't work out. You'll never see an eagle and a buzzard together.
No, and they'll work out, and it really never work out. And if you ever read the Bible always talks about cutting people off. The Bible always talks about forsaking things. So it lets you know that it is so important and dear to us that we have to start cutting things off, and not just with people. It may be habit. It may be the place that you go. Like people say all the time, I need to start losing weight. Okay. You hear people all the time, man, I need to start losing weight. Pray for me. Okay, you can pray all day, but all you put it in the work. Faith without works is dead. So you have to make the necessary adjustments. Like people say, I have high blood pressure. Man, I'm feeling sick. Pray for me. Okay, are you taking the necessary steps in order to be healthy?
Let's talk about it, y'all. Y'all asking for prayer. Y'all bothering God and asking for prayer, getting on his nerves for stuff you can fix here in the earthly realm.
Right. Because the Bible said that God gave us dominion. And the meaning of dominion means rule, governor. So God's not going to intervene because he's not gave you dominion. So God give us the wisdom, he gives us the mindset, he gives us the structure. We just have to apply the structure. It's just like we know what it is that we get so emotional.
Yes.
We go right back to our reality. And I was reading the other day, we don't get understanding because the Bible says all that get understanding. So we're not getting understanding. We're still lacking. The understanding produces the results that we need. That's why it said with all that getting, get an understanding. And that's what billionaires do. Not just billionaires, but people who are on a mission, on assignment. They get understanding where they get their breakthrough. So a lot of people want breakthrough, but they're not willing to get the understanding to get a breakthrough.
That's true. And you know what? I noticed that even one of my business coaches that I follow a lot talk about how us as human beings, we stay confused. We allow ourselves to stay confused to avoid what come next. Right. Like we know we gotta stand up on that. You gotta rise to that occasion. If we know. So if I stay confused, I can keep tricking myself into believing I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know which way to go. I can't get on focus. I can't do this. No. Stop tricking yourself into being confused. You ain't confused. You're not anxious either. You just won't seek clarity. You gotta sit and seek clarity, seek calmness. That's how you find it. That's how you find it. Because we stay confused just as an excuse. I'm confused. I ain't understand. That's an excuse to stay stagnant. It is, y'all. We have to stop with the plan. Like we confused and we don't know. Because we know. Not most of the time we know. Even when we say, oh, I don't know. I don't know is the soft way of saying no.
It's crazy. And then when I was reading that son while you was talking, and just to piggyback off what you were saying, I'm just reading this book. And I tell anybody, man, this book, man, by Scott Anderson, if everybody would know, I love reading books. I ordered this book on Amazon. It's called They Like a Billionaire Become a Billionaire.
Okay.
Great information. And he said something in the book. He said, when you're learning and getting the word in your life, you start seeing things change. But if you get upset because someone is having a little bit of success or they just a level above you, then the problem is your vision.
Mm.
You do not have a vision for change. You are not willing to step out and take the necessary risk. You won't leave what you are familiar with. So you get angry with those who you have. What do you say about that, Shae?
I think that is so true. I think familiarity is a curse. Like, we love sticking to what we know. I'm just gonna go for what I know because, like, we love sticking to what we know, and it's because it's safe. Familiar is safe. Familiar not scary. Challenging yourself is scary. Taking the next step to do something that you never did before is scary. So in this round, I would say, y'all, you gotta learn how to be a risk taker. You gotta learn how to sometimes I was telling somebody that earlier, sometimes you gotta be ready to go ahead and put your neck on the chopping block, especially as an entrepreneur. You just never know. It might be somebody go ahead and save that neck, but you gotta risk it. You gotta try, because even with the fail is a lesson. So you just gotta keep going. Gotta keep trying. But I definitely believe that is true. Familiarity is a curse. Don't step outside your comfort zone, y'all. I'm telling y'all, the results, the change, all that you want to see is made outside of where you're comfortable at. It's not wherever it's safe. You need to go outside of there. Whatever you've been dreading doing, adventuring, whatever that you like, it makes me uneasy. Go for that. Do that. Do something you never did before. Because if it don't challenge you, it won't change you.
Right, most definitely. And I'm really said this too. If you are upset about your current reality, all that means is you are not planning on changing.
Ooh.
I'll repeat that again. If you are upset about your current reality, all that means is you are not planning on changing. Wow.
That's deep.
So we hear that's why people act the way they act. Because first of all, they don't have no vision and they're not planning on changing.
I'm about to say, they ain't even planning on changing. It ain't even in the forefront. You gotta be careful for the people that ain't even got the plan to change. I mean, we don't always know a vision for our life. Like 10 years ago, the 21-year-old me knew what she wanted to do, but didn't know where she wanted to go. Like, I knew I always wanted to be in the medical field. I knew that. But exactly where it would lead me, I did not know. But I knew I wanted to be in the medical field. Something with people. I want to help people. So I'm still in that arena, but it just look a little different. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an anesthesiologist that I said I would be when I was 8. But I'm still in the arena where I get to help people. And I think for the most part, we have to seek. You got to seek stuff, y'all. Because if you don't go looking for it, you're not going to find it. Like, if it wasn't for me losing my daughter, it was a lot of things I would have never went searching for. When I lost my daughter, I went searching for me. I went searching for, like, who is this person? I need to find out who she is again. I need to find out what she like. It was like rebirthing myself. I had to rediscover who I was after this traumatic event. And y'all, for us in the Black community, I don't know what it is about us, but in the times of tragedy, that's the only time we seem to change. It's like tragedy provoked action, which is crazy. But a lot of us, we have to be in the most traumatic, most chaotic, most uncomfortable situations before we really make a transformation or before we really change. And if you're listening to this message right now and you really don't have to put yourself through that, you can seek who you are while your life is going wonderfully great. You can seek your greater self while everything is going good. You don't have to wait until something traumatic happened to you. Like, oh my God, I gotta change. That was just my story. That don't have to be yours.
Right.
You know?
And that's so true. And I'm looking at something too. Is that everything you achieve in life will require a vision first. It's like a blueprint. In order for them to build, they got to draw the blueprint, right? To know what they're exactly building. You just can't get out there and say, I'm building. What are you building? I don't know. I'm just building. but have you really laid out the blueprint, the foundation on which you're building, what you're going? Okay, like Jesus, for example. When Jesus went to the disciples, he said, "Follow me." You know why he said it? He knew where he was going.
You know where he was going. He had the vision.
Exactly. There you
It
go,
was
Shay.
plain.
There you go. There you go,
Yeah,
right there.
he had the vision. It was clear. He like, you can follow me. It's safe. I know where I'm going. Let's go.
That's it. So that's what you have. You hit there you go, Shay. That's it. He had a vision. People's not gonna follow you when you got no vision.
Oh my gosh, y'all. The men, stop asking. Look, listen. Y'all men, listen. Stop asking these women to submit to nothing. Y'all are killing me. We not submitting to nobody that don't have a vision. We not submitting to nobody still living with their mama. We ain't submitting to nobody that don't have a plan. Like, it's not happening. And we also not submitting to a boyfriend. Y'all have to understand, y'all boyfriends be asking for a lot. Y'all want a person to submit. I feel like if a man should not be asking a woman to submit, if he have no intentions on being her husband, it's no reason to submit to you. If you have no intent to marry me, it's no reason for me to be in the process of submitting anything to you. So y'all boyfriends be asking for a lot. Y'all
But
like, for real.
but the anybody else to say is have they submitted to themselves first? That's the thing about it.
Probably not. Probably not.
Well, because they demonstrate. Okay, if you can't. Okay, if you didn't submit to yourself, she will not submit to you. You have to submit to yourself first. I do believe this, and it's just my personal beliefs. I believe a man should have himself together. That's just me.
Yeah.
Spiritually, mentally, all the good stuff. I believe that. A man need to have his own place. He should not be with his mama unless you physically disabled or some incident happened. That's anyway, but have his own place, have his own money, have his own car. There's nothing wrong with having dreams, aspirations. Make sure you put in work with it. Get some mentoring, get some coaching, humble
Yeah.
yourself. Women want something to work with. Yes, they do.
And
Because go ahead.
ladies gotta get a man something to work with too. We can't keep coming all in the healing. We need a man want a healed woman too. He don't want to have to repair you the whole relationship and try to build building up your self-esteem. Come already with confidence, baby. Work on confidence up before these relationships, because it's easy for us to get lost up in it. So we definitely have to build it on our own before we go into these relationships. I feel like women kind of get torn down easier than men when it comes to relationships. So a woman got to come with it too. We shouldn't be half stepping. Men got to have something to work with too. If you want that man to take you 5-star restaurants, you should be dining yourself at 5 stars before he meets you. Like, I feel like the requirements that we want, we should be able to reciprocate. The energy should be reciprocal. Like, I'm not gonna ask you to do nothing for me that I wouldn't do for myself. Period.
But you don't not. That's no conversation. No, when I say no conversation, you mentioned something about the insecurities of women. That's when the guy steps in and he builds her up. If you deal with insecurities, you know what I'm saying? Just like take what she has on, for example. He needed some guys don't know how to talk to women. They think, "What are you doing? You see yourself in 5 years? What's your last boyfriend like? What's your body count?" And all this, they say this stupid stuff. They just approaching a woman, talk to her, and just really make her feel like a woman, make her feel special.
They don't know what they look like, Ferman.
And, well, what it is, they stand is based on the physical. They just based off the body, and that's it. They're not based off anything else.
And you know what? I was talking to somebody about that too. How do we? Okay, because our eyes, That's our first connection with a human. That's what we see. We see the outer appearance. So it's kind of hard, male or female. You can call me vain, I don't know, shallow, I don't know. But if you are not physically attractive to me, you probably not gonna get a conversation out of me. I'm probably not gonna talk to you. It may seem shallow, but I gotta be attracted to you. If I look at you, if I gotta roll over to you every morning, I gotta be able to look at you. I gotta be able to wake up to you. You can't just be hideous or nothing. So I am one of them people in high school because I am big on looks. Like I feel like I'm big on appearance. Like I feel like I'm a good looking woman. I want a good looking man to compliment me. So I definitely be sold on appearance. Not saying that haven't got me into a lot of bullshit situations. Because it can, y'all, for real. Looks can be deceiving as fuck. So looks can be so deceiving. But how do we get past that part, Ferman? Because I feel like I'm still kind of live in shadow Betty land. I'm 31, but looks is a major thing to me. Because that's what I see. My eyes. That's what I see.
This was I'm doing. Like I said, I'm 40, so it's like character. It's all about the character shape of an individual. And I was telling my best friend, who like a brother to me, bitch out of the Tides report back at home on my own time Mobile. I said a man knows a wife material compared to anything else. I can know who's a wife, and I can just pick that up. And I'm not talking about on a physical aspect. I'm talking about just the character of that woman. Because a man can pick up, okay, that's a wife right there. The way she carries herself, the way she adores herself, and the way how just listen to the woman's conversation. Family oriented woman, that's like, okay, she's family oriented. So that means we have kids. I know she's gonna be a great mom. She's willing to work together, as a unit. You have these conversations.
So you looking for qualities.
That's what's up. Well, with men, I'm talking for men. We look for comparability because we got to talk about everything. How are we gonna be? Okay, how we want that marriage to be set up? Are we gonna have traditions? Are we gonna have holidays, celebrations? Are we gonna be more involved with our children's education? That stuff plays a role. That determines the person where they at. Having a 5-year plan, having a 10-year plan, having a 50-year plan. We have to plan this stuff out. I know. Okay.
Proper planning prevents piss poor performance in the 6 P's. So proper planning prevents piss poor performance. We ain't properly planning, y'all. Because a lot of stuff I did not ask my baby daddies or none of that in the before time, ahead of time. Qualities wasn't something I was praying about. See, we be misconceptioning stuff. Mm-hmm. But now that I know that, I ask for qualities, not certain things. So when I ask God for wisdom and strength and guidance, right, and praying for those type of qualities in my significant other. Mm-hmm. So we had to be mindful to what we asking for, because we get it and it'll look like something else.
But I'm gonna tell you this, Shae. What you do is you put it on you. In other words, once you become that better woman, you're gonna draw the better man. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard Creflo Dollar say this before, and he was trying to change his wife, but God told him, no, you change you. Don't worry about her. You change you. A lot of times we want to change other people. We have to change ourselves. So in order for me to become a better man, it starts with me first. I mean, I have to change the way I think. I have to change the way I look at things. I have to be humble and be willing to learn all this stuff that plays a role in life. So change is like what Peter is like when Jesus said it is. When thou art converted, then strengthen your brother. When we've been fully changed, we've been fully made over, been fully converted. I'm not talking about the outer appearance, I'm talking about on the inside. Then we been convert others around us. And that's what it's all about.
Right.
Change start with us first. So that's it's all about change start with us first. And then watch this. So when you see the change in your life, everything else gonna change around you. So that situation, the elephant in the room, has to be moved out because you changed your whole complete entire lifestyle. And that's what we want to talk about. That's why I say communication is key. And we all been there before, especially with guys. And I've been there before. We don't talk, we don't communicate. Now we're learning to communicate now. We just base everything on the physical appearance. Oh, she looks good. He looks good. Oh man, look at that body. Oh man, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that stuff. Thinking with the wrong head. We think with the wrong memory in our pants. And it gets in the world of trouble. And that's just being honest, but it does. We know I'm at the point in my life, I don't care how fine you is. I want to know your character because truth be told, everybody know I got a celebrity crush on Ashanti. In reality, I don't know how she is. I don't know her character. She could be obnoxious. She could be rude, nasty. I don't know her character. It's all about her character. Real men looked at a woman's character because you want to know, is this woman capable of carrying my last name, carrying the ring I put on her finger, and to be the mother of my children? And that just from a male, I won't say the male, a man perspective. So that's what I look at. I want to know your character. I don't care how fine you is. You can have the bangest body. You can have a jacked up attitude. So that's just me. That's just me. I'm not saying you lower your standards, but it's all about character. I want to know your character. Yeah, beautiful smile, beautiful skin. I want to know the character behind that smile. I want to know the character behind that skin. That's why you talk. That's why on the first date, I don't do dinners on the first date no more. We go out, it's gonna be either coffee, tea, wine. You know why? We're talking, we're communicating. We put everything on the table. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk because I take you to dinner, we're not talking. We go to a movie, we're not talking. So we're gonna go to a place, we're gonna have some drinks, we're gonna sit down and talk. And we're gonna have some meaningful conversations. And that's what we're gonna have. Meaningful conversations. So we get to know each other. It's just like a job interview. When you go to a job interview, they're not the boss, the manager is not taking you out to dinner. You sitting down in his office and y'all having a real conversation. He's gonna ask you questions. He want to see, is you capable of maintaining this position? So he asks you these questions. 9 times, okay, you do the first interview, do another interview. They just want to see where you at. Cause yeah, you said the right thing the first time. I'm calling you back for a second interview because I want to know, is you still that same individual I talked to probably a week or two ago? But people change. So when you're in that process, it's an interviewing process. We're talking. We're gonna see if this person is this gonna go somewhere, or we just gonna let bygones be bygones and go our separate way. That way you have to have these conversations. Shae, we have to have these conversations.
Yes, that is true. So I like that. I like the new idea of not going out to eat for the first date. I really like that. Yeah, but okay, say you on the date, right? Because this is something that I be seeing a lot, and a lot of us struggle with the phone. So if your person on the phone, then if your person on the phone throughout the whole date, what you doing? Is you saying something? What you doing?
They're not interested. Because if they were interested, they'd put the phone up. Have to read people's body language. If I'm out with you and I'm on the phone, that shows me I'm not interested in you, and I'm just wasting your time.
I can't hear you.
You know what I said, if like I said is, if I'm on the phone and I'm out with you and I'm on the phone, that shows me I'm not interested and I'm just wasting your time. Time is value. So a person has to be into you. A person has to, if a person is into you, a person will know, what is it? So that's what it's all about, man. So you have to, if somebody on their phone, man, they're not interested. That's how they don't waste each other's time. Like I said, first dates. Okay. But like I said, if you take someone out, they're just me. You take them out for dinner. Not dinner. Don't do them. I don't do dinners on the first date. If we're gonna do wine, we're gonna do coffee, we're gonna do tea. That determines the person really want to be with you or not. If a person really want to be with you, they don't even care about the dinner. They just want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? That it's just it's just the simple things that make it just go for a walk in the park. You know what I'm saying? Feed the dust together. That's all. Let's see where this goes. Because the person really wants you, they want you. They're not moved by the dinner. They're not moved by a 5-star restaurant. They want to be with each other. That's why it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? That's how they just talk. They just have adult conversations, not about how fine you is or because I'm feeling some type of way, but really want to know you. I just really want to know your character. I want to know, is you worthy to be my wife? Is you worthy to carry my last name? And you worthy to carry the ring on that I'm going to put on your finger and be the mother of my children. And we're going to build this legacy. We're going to build this kingdom and we're going to build this empire. And that's what it's all about. So, man, I'm just excited. I really am. I'm just excited. And just excited, man. Just build your life. Just be your life. Structure your life. Live a great life. Man, live a great life. Man. Get with that person, man. Get with that right person. I tell anybody, it is nothing like being with that right person that you can make that life work. I love seeing married couples. I love seeing husband and wives work together, have a common goal to make something happen, make stuff. I love hearing stuff like that. I love seeing stuff like that. Man, it's awesome. It really is. It's awesome to hear stuff like that. And set goals. You know what I'm saying? Set your goals, what you want to accomplish, what you want to do, how you want to do it. Build you, man. Have fun doing it. Enjoy the process. Have fun. Enjoy the process of working on you. I love me. I enjoy me. Like today was my Treat a King Day. I took myself out. I love Ferman. I'm looking out for Ferman. I'm always looking to invest in Ferman. I'm always looking to build Ferman. So that is always important to me. And it should be important to you as well. Love you, build you, celebrate you. It don't have to be anything. Just celebrate yourself. Love yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I love you. I celebrate you. I'm one with you. I roll with you. I rock with you. And that's what it's all about. You being you. You being great. And most importantly, man, I thank everybody for supporting the podcast. I thank everybody for just hanging out with us on Tuesdays, the Wednesday show, and we're also launching a show on Saturday mornings. Yes, we will be doing the Saturday morning show, the first of the year in January. Man, we got some guests already lined up for the Saturday morning show. So really adding more content here with the podcast. Started on one night, we're doing two. Now we're going to be doing Saturday mornings. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm very excited about that. Man, find something that you love to do. Whatever you love to do, man, find what you love to do. Have fun doing it. Work's supposed to be fun. Your work should be fun. Your work should be meaningful. And you should love what you're doing because they say when you find what you love to do, it's not like work, but it's just something that you enjoy doing. It's something that, hey, you want to get better in, you're perfecting your craft in, and you're constantly becoming a better individual in the due process. But most importantly, man, y'all really be you. Be great. Be great. Be great. Let's finish this year out. It's already November 15th. We are already in 11th month of 2022. Are you satisfied where you at? Are you pleased where you at? December 31st, going to January 1st, we get so excited, we get so pumped up and primed till we go right back to that reality. You have to get better. I know me, I'm getting better. I can't speak for nobody else. I'm working on getting better every day. I'm working on being a better me every day. I'm working on being that king every day. I'm working on being that iconic man every day. I'm working on being that righteous man every damn day. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about being better, winning, achieving, enjoying a good life, having a great life, and most importantly, and I put this in the atmosphere, I believe in having a successful marriage, no arguing, no divorcing, but having a successful marriage, successful family, successful children. I believe in that. So what you have to do, you have to put in the work, you have to grind, you have to put in the work in order for you to get that life that you want. And I'm not talking about on money, I'm talking about your character. Damn the money, damn all that stuff, because you can have the money but don't have the character. You have to have the character, the integrity, being man and woman in our word, being truthful, being honest. Don't be liars. Don't be backbiters, mummers, and complainers. But winning. And those who don't want to roll with you, the hell with them. They gonna miss out. You keep doing you. Celebrate you. You love you. Even though they may be laughing at you and pointing fingers at you, at the end of the day, you still gonna win. I'm gonna say that again. At the end of the day, you still gonna win. Love you. Love you. Be who God made you to be. Look, because at the end of the day, you just see yourself in the mirror. You see yourself the first thing you wake up, and you the last one see yourself at night. Love you. That individual you see in the mirror, you say, you know what? We got this, man. We got this, girl. Whatever you say. Hey, it's game time. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's be out and let's do it. Let's do it. Be the GOAT in your life. Be iconic in your life. Love you. Celebrate you. We celebrate everybody else. We never celebrate ourselves. Celebrate you. I just want to leave that to know tonight. Man, I hope everybody had a great night. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight as well. Big shout out to everybody that hung out with us tonight here on the show tonight. Hope what was said tonight was very uplifting, encouraging. I don't want to say motivated, but really discipline you to become a better you. And you know what? Like Ray Lewis said, you should be pissed off for greatness. You should be really pissed off right now. Pissed off for greatness. Be pissed off for greatness. Be great. Be you. Don't settle for less. Don't compromise. Let's get out compromising. Let's stop procrastinating. Let's move forward. And that's what we'll end with that tonight. But I also want to say this. Before I get off the air tonight, remember the graveyard. Everybody had one thing in common. They thought they were going to see tomorrow. Let's live life like it's our last. We don't know when our time is when we leave this earth. But let's make sure we had a lasting impact while we was here. not in a negative way, but in a positive way. And before you go to bed tonight, give yourself a toast, pour yourself a glass of wine, toast yourself and tell yourself, I love you. Tell yourself, I got your back. Tell yourself, we're going to win. Tell yourself, we're going to achieve. Tell yourself, we're going to conquer. Tell yourself, we're going to win. Tell yourself, we are go-getters. Tell yourself, we are goal setters. Tell yourself, we are trailblazers. Tell yourself, we are leaders. Tell yourself, I'm a king. Tell your ladies, tell yourself, I'm a queen. Tell yourself, I'm wise. Tell yourself, I'm rich. Tell yourself, I'm a genius. Tell yourself, I'm focused. Tell yourself, I'm successful. You tell yourself these things. You speak these things over your life. Don't speak why me. Don't speak poor me. Don't speak victim me. You are a victor. Go from victim to victor because you are victorious. And this ain't no hype thing. This ain't no I'm excited now. Keep being excited, but be excited in your own purpose. Be excited not in your emotions, but be excited in your purpose. And I know people always say purpose all the time, bumping purpose, but just be happy with you. Love you. Get a vision. Get a goal. Get something in mind that you really want. Focus, 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 focus. And remember, don't let the wrong people in your life. I'm going to use this analogy. If I knock on your front door, would you let me in? That's by choice. You don't have to let me in. You don't have to let people in your life that need to be in your life. We got to stop letting people have access to us. They don't need no access to us. Because they don't mean it's no good. They really don't. You have to get them the Heisman. Give them the Heisman. Get back. Hey, stay back. Don't need you too close to me. But man, y'all have a great night. We're going to be back tomorrow night here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. Once again, man, y'all have a great night. Enjoy yourself. Celebrate tonight. Enjoy the good life. Man, just kick back. Drink you some wine. Find you a good movie to watch. Good book. Do some self-educating. Pamper yourself. Tell yourself, you know what? I'm a bad, you know what? Tell yourself, you know what? I'm a sexy something. Tell yourself that. Love yourself. Put a smile on your face. Hey, you so bad, you got to put a restraining order against yourself. You that bad. But hey, man, y'all do what y'all do. Be great. Be wise. Stay focused. And most important, much love to you. Be back here tomorrow night here on Walking This Ways Impact Voice Podcast. Peace, everybody.